One of the major progressive-inspired differences to the political platforms of 1912 was, of course, the growing idea that government power should be employed to protect the rights of common people. We see this in social reforms made by Republicans, Democrats, and progressives alike. Action was taken to provide more protection to laborers. All three also vied for heavier regulation of big corporations and businesses. Government power is increasingly used to bust trust, as can be seen in the administrations of Roosevelt, Taft, and then Wilson. Wilson's New Freedom, as well as Roosevelt's New Nationalism, both in turn provided for progressive reforms. New Nationalism called for greater protection of rights, with its support of women's suffrage and its social welfare program, which included a set minimum wage. The many political reforms introduced for the protection of rights would eventually serve to create a much safer and more favored working environment formed by the creation and enforcement of regulations on labor conditions. Progressives and Democrats also included provisions for supporting labor unions, which could then lobby for better conditions, wages, hours, etc., etc. These political policies and reforms demonstrate the evolution of what people saw as the purpose of government, that is, to protect the rights of the people. This change was largely due to progressivism, and it transformed the platforms of all three political parties. In conclusion, we see that the Republican and Democratic parties did hold on to many of their core beliefs despite the changes inspired by progressivism, but really this can be expected. When we shift gears, however, and more closely analyze the differences between the 1912 political platforms and those that came before, we see that they outweigh the similarities. This is due to progressivism. For one, the Republican Party split with the headstrong Teddy Roosevelt at the head of the progressive wing and Taft remaining to lead the more conservative side. We also see a huge difference in the 1912 political platforms in that they more than ever before carry the responsibility, or so the popular progressive idea said, to use government power to uphold and protect human rights. Consequently, we see the resulting reforms found in the New Freedom ideas of Wilson and the New Nationalism platform of Roosevelt, both of which offered many new protections for the rights of citizens. In closing, we can derive that the political platforms of 1912, due to the influence and sway of progressivism, were more different than similar to any preceding platforms.